And this also has to do with the back point that I raised, economic issues and all this. The issue of profiteering, lobbying, and advocacy, and manipulation, persuading our leaders in power and all this. Therefore, they are given, for example, an authentic information about them, and therefore we might end up approving them with the idea that they are helping us in our healthcare systems and all this, only to buy the idea and all this. So this is also an issue to be looked upon. Conventional political authorities that you are used to can easily be persuaded to approve some which are inauthentic and all this, only under the name of profiteering. What if we create an artificial general intelligence that is smarter than us? We have to open to the possibility that we might actually lose control and all this. Oh, these are some of the issues as we try to look at it and all this. And I would have wished that as more as we go, we are going to raise some of them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mwita. Round of applause for him, please. Now let's hear from Father. You have anything to say?
Mine will be in the context of being a whistleblower. Yes, artificial intelligence marks the genesis of the fourth industrial revolution. Suffice to say, it is a double-edged sword, for it brings numerous opportunities as well as challenges to nations, continents, as well as to us as individuals. And this calls for collective responsibility, both in usage and the operationalization. We are no longer in an era where tools matter any longer, but rather machines that are well codified with techniques equipped with precision and accuracy, and perhaps minimizing manual errors from human beings. Certainly, artificial intelligence has come to stay, and we can only ignore it at our own peril as African countries. Digitalization is so captivating. It has a number of products, and the field of AI has great potential to break the geographical barriers and make inequalities among human beings more quite visible and even factual using AI. Yes, AI presents to African countries a very unprecedented opportunity, mainly in the area of capturing statistics and data. So if AI can be harnessed, there is a possibility that we can have data-centric policies that can drive economic growth and social development based on facts, that is using AI. As someone who is so much interested in critical thinking and issues to do with politics, we also see that artificial intelligence is also a social political issue in the context of globalization. The global economy, the superpowers, that is in terms of security and military prowess. So we have to be very careful when we are using AI in the context of globalization. We have to know that globalization is the owners of the purchasing power. And who have the purchasing power? Is it you and me? Is it Tanzania, Malawi, or Botswana? That's food for thought. So globalization with AI means the erection of an exclusive kind of comfort structure with the aid of all appropriate kinds of the media and material transactions. So the question is, we need to jack up, because if we are left behind this time, it will not be easy for us to catch up. That is between nations as well as continents. Suffice to say, after blowing the whistle like this, what should be our priority as African countries and African leaders? I would like to say possibly we must give programming and designing of artificial intelligence and ICT solutions.
A precious blood scholar in American was called Robert Schreiter as this famous saying, to think locally in order to act universally, globally, and to think globally in order to act locally. It is a very wonderful saying. If I have to make the link with what my colleague has just said. But with regard to the topic or the theme that we have today, I am intended to change a bit and then to say, let me try to think locally and then to act locally. We had just in the panel, Msimbe, your friend, our student, who has advocated of education or self-reliance. When we are discussing about artificial intelligence, all of us, both philosophers and theologians, we are advocating for ethical use of artificial intelligence. All of us, we do agree on that. But now let us dig out and try to see. We as Africa, we are talking about artificial intelligence. If it is in education, we may apply the statement of Schreiter, if it is in education. But when it is concerning with regard to medical environment, all of us as African here, we should confess, and then we are aware that we are far behind the West development on matters regarding health care. Here, for instance, whenever someone is suffering for whatever disease, and then if it becomes serious, all of us, we are thinking of being taken abroad so that we can get at least a good health care. I mean, the first thing we as African, even before we think about artificial intelligence and medical horizon and area, let us first make a survey and try to look the background of our development in matters regarding healthcare. Where are we now? The danger might be is that we are now dealing with some matters which do not concern us. Though we can say, relying on Schreiter, that whatever matters is globally settled, we are also concerned. But the danger might be that we have our own challenges. We might be blind on our own matters, and then we are dealing with global matters which we have not yet been concerned. Please don't get me wrong, I'm talking about medical health care. Whatever hospital you can go around here in Morogoro and then here in Africa, we are all aware that we need to go abroad for some diseases. What are we supposed to do? I think we should also be aware. I will give you one example. We were sharing around our table while sharing our meals. One professor who has completed his studies 30 years ago in one of our universities in engineering is saying the same machines that he used 30 years ago, those who are completing their studies now this year, they are still using the same machines. Now, if you want to make any evaluation about that engineer, for instance, he will be talking, giving his idea about a very old machine, while the others, they have developed, they are far, very far ahead of us. I mean, that is why, because I told you in my introduction remarks that I have only two issues in philosophy which attract me a lot, is to wonder, to admire, and then to put forward questions. That is why I really want also to put questions. To talk about artificial intelligence, yes, we agree about the use of ethical. But let us see our development here in Africa. Are we going to talk about ethical issues when we are behind? We are talking about ethical issues on matters and machines that people have already left 30, 50 years ago. So the matter is, can we work together with the development and then the ethical issues? I mean, those are actually the questions that I would like raise so that we can think twice that, okay, in Africa, where are we with the development in medical area horizon? And can we really talk about artificial intelligence here in, I think that we need more that artificial intelligence so that to care for our health first. And then when we will reach that level, and then we can say, let us work hand in hand with the ethical issue. But if we would like just to talk blindly about artificial intelligence, using examples of abroad, which are not ours. We here in Africa, we cannot, I mean, if you look at our population, we are so many, right? So if the others, they want to make, I mean, to create or to make human beings, here in Africa, it is out of, you can say, out of questions. Can we look for our development so that we can reach at a certain level, and then when we bring the issue of artificial intelligence, so we can work hand in hand with our discoveries in Africa on matters concerning healthcare. That is what I had to share with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kadi.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to have this opportunity to dialogue about AI. I think that if humans are all time alive with consciousness, so as I understand artificial intelligence, for me, I reflect as an extension of human mind in time and space. So most of us know that mind or intelligence is something immaterial. So thanks to AI, that through it, our mind is manifested in time and space. So you can witness the human's intelligence in your phone, maybe in your PC, in drones and whatever. So wherever you use those kind of gadgets, you have to know that you are embracing the human's intelligence, and that is a very good thing. So our theme that AI is a tool for mental health care is very relevant, because today one of the very emerging issue is mental health care, and it went unnoticed for a very long time that people fail to identify mental problem to the people. And one of the very fact is that our mind has been distracted by so many things in modern society. So now, instead of having a lot of things to do with your mind, so we delegate those functions to artificial intelligence. Today, even in corporate world, we have different systems that used by HR, for instance, to guide the employees. We have different financial systems that for managing finance issues without much trouble to our mind. And some of the previous speaker here has noticed that AI is of more exactness and in record. It's very clear in record. Unlike we humans, we can sometimes forget. So currently, there is some technological move concerning making a human being. I think some of you, you have seen that through silicon material, scientists have made humans, robots that look more or less like human beings, and more of that kind of robots are coming. But we have to remember that if we reject artificial intelligence, that seems to be the next Superman that will guide and center all data to transform and to inform humans in different scenarios and different issues, that we are going now to enter into the war with ourselves, because those AI machines are extension of our mind. So I advise that we have to find a harmon or smooth way to deal with those products of artificial intelligence, so that they cannot distract or replace completely human being as a conscious and lively creature. Lastly, I need to explain a little bit about how consciousness is very important when we explain artificial intelligence with humans or humans' intelligence. That area is very critical, that when you interact with AI through maybe learning machines or Internet of the Things, you find that you lack some exact live discussion with it, though it can detect some words or some actions which you put before it, but it cannot give you an abrupt answer or conversation. That area is very critical, and I think the scientists now, the neuroscientists, are very busy to see how they can overcome or to uplift AI to that level. Though I don't see that they are going to win, because consciousness is something natural. So thank you very much. That's my remark.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pio.
Thank you. Now, as I was reflecting on our theme for the day, artificial intelligence as a tool for mental health care, a number of questions came into my mind, but I was touched by one important question that was raised once by Martin Heidegger. He raised the question concerning technology, and he was asking what exactly is technology. And they said the essence of technology is not technological. What is technological is not equivalent to the essence of technology. Artificial intelligence is a consequence of this technological development. And we can be forced to raise the same question here in artificial intelligence. What is really the essence of artificial intelligence? So as I was looking at the current data on artificial intelligence, I came across one standing question or thesis that has been presented, that even if artificial intelligence is enabled with information, it cannot replace humans. It cannot replace humans. However, it can help therapists to make decisions. And I was keen to find out more what exactly is meant by this. One thing we are told is that artificial intelligence is an artificial intelligence that does have the potential to perform tasks. And we all agree, and has been confirmed by my colleagues here and those who are engaged in this field, that currently artificial intelligence, yes, is playing an important role in healthcare. It is assisting a lot in drug discovery. It's being used in identifying the drug samples and collecting data as well. In the developed hospitals, you don't need to go through what they call inculturation in medication, that you are given the lowest drugs to find out the drugs that can rhyme with your body without destroying your immunity system. So they will take your blood sample, they fit into the machine, and the machine will tell them straight away that the exact medicine that will be required here is ABCD. And they don't waste time, so they give you that straight away. Artificial intelligence is using what they call chip bots. chatbots. Chatbots are computer programs that are enabled with artificial intelligence and natural language processing to understand customer questions and respond to them. Traditional artificial intelligence chatbots were text. So they were programmed to respond to a limited set of pre-written questions and queries by chatbot developers. It functioned more or less like what you will find in the internet, frequently asked questions. So you click there, you get the question, and you get the answer to read. But the new artificial intelligence chatbots that we have now are enabled with more rules and natural language. This gives a conversational experience to the users, just like talking with a human intelligence. I am sure you have seen the first talking human person, machine, this Chinese lady. You ask her, who are you? And it tells you, I am the first human robot machine. How did you come about? And it responds to you. So you ask it the question, and it gives you the question without necessarily having questions that have been set before. So now the question that comes out of this is whether these artificial intelligence chatbots will stop here, or they are going to replace the human therapists. That is the hottest question that is being raised here. So there are so many theories with regard to this, and there are those who believe that it is not possible that they are going to replace this, they are going to replace the human beings. So I got interested to know more how it is that they are not going to replace the human beings. And I was mesmerized by the discussion that I found that currently is running with regard to this artificial intelligence. So they are saying that if we go back to what the artificial intelligence is all about, we find out that it is the simulation or approximation of human intelligence in machines. And it goes back to as early as 1945, when this American scientist by the name Vannevar Bush, a former director of the Office of Scientific Research and Development, challenged scientists, telling them that it is high time that men of science should turn to the massive task of making more accessible our bewildering store of knowledge. For years, he says, inventions have extended man's physical powers rather than the powers of his mind. Instruments are at hand, which, if properly developed, will give man access to and command over the inherited knowledge of the ages. So he wanted scientists to create the machines that will actually replicate the way our human mind works. Now today, we see artificial intelligence classified into two. We speak of weak artificial intelligence and a strong artificial intelligence. The weak artificial intelligence are machines that are destined for particular programs, specific programs. They don't go beyond that. The strong artificial intelligence machines are the ones that are employ what they are calling deep learning. Or, of course, not all the machines that are classified as deep learning are regarded as a strong intelligence, artificial intelligence. Now, one of the most interesting questions here is that these machines are programmed on what they call it, logarithms, or something like that. Algorithms. These are mathematical programs that are destined to calculate logically a solution for a given problem. But the discovery today is that human mind is not working in that way. It is working in a manner that is not that straightforward. And this was presented by the mathematician, what is the name? The one who realized that Kumbe, not all questions can be solved in that manner. I'm trying to get the... Gödel, yes. Gödel gave a proof that showed that in mathematics, it's not always that we are going to work maths with that anticipation that we work in this direction and we work in the same line. Now, the latest development in the human working is the one of consciousness that we raised, but it is strongly raised by Bernard Lonergan. And it shows how we are able to organize the materials, even if it is disorganized, until we come to something. And so what is the latest development in the artificial intelligence? 3 scientists are now working on that. They want to develop a machine, an artificial intelligence mimic of Bernard Lonergan's cognitional process. Jen Zhang, Yen, Frank Budenbursa, Wayne Chen, all from Gurgen Catholic University. They are working towards a machine that can work in that line. So what that shows us is that really still we have not reached that point where the artificial intelligence will work like the human person or will replace the human person, because there are certain functions that these machines are not able to perform. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you. First of all, let me share with you. This cell phone, I have an application that every day, even now, it alerts me that today I've been sitting down for quite many hours and I need to stand up and make some movements. I think you also have similar. How do you think this cell phone recognizes that I've not done a lot of physical movements? What is this application? It is AI in application. Another thing, some years back I used to watch movies, action films, and the computer will warn me that you are soon becoming a maniac, what is it? Someone who is addicted to film watching. How does this computer know that I've been watching action films? Means they collect data and they analyze and give back a report. So, Dr. Mukadi, you can be assured that in Africa, here, there is AI and it's in function. It depends now how we use it, but it's all over the place. So long as you are using this, you use your computer connected to an internet, there is artificial intelligence. Keeps on collecting information from you, keeps on giving back a report to you. Now it depends our own awareness of this reality and our knowledge and how we can harness this. So in the area of mental health care, the artificial intelligence is being used for diagnosis, prognosis, but they are trying it now for treatment. And the latest research that they are doing, funded by Elon Musk, is that they are thinking of implanting a brain computer in the head of a human being, so that those functions, if a human being who is affected maybe cannot control himself because the brain, some or part of his brain is failing, then that chip, that interface, computer interface, can be releasing and sending messages to different parts of the body, so that at the end this human being can just function, can have his normal physical function as a person who is normal. This is the newest research that is going on in using this artificial intelligence. I'm critical about this, and I'm asking, when you implant this brain computer, small chip, but that will simulate the human brain. It will do the functions of a normal human brain, sending messages through the nervous system to different parts of the body. So, if I stand up and walk down these stairs, it's because of my freedom, and I've chosen to stand up and walk. It's a free human act. If you insert a brain computer interface on my head or in my head, then it commands me to do some function. So my standing up and walking there is because there is a determined programmed element in my head that makes me do this. How will you judge me at the end of this action that I've performed? At the end, am I the one doing the action, or it is the computer in my head that is doing the action? So for me, this is one of the ethical question that this research, not just of determining and knowing whether you are suffering from depression because we see how you have been behaving, the kind of messages, how you reply the messages to people, and it suggests that this person is a depressed person. So AI tells the physician or the psychiatrist that this patient is suffering from depression, from the data that has been collected, from how you interact with people and how you interact using these things that can collect and record data. This is something that is simple, diagnosed, but there is also a challenge. There are some human aspect that cannot be captured by these data that are collected, and computed to come up with algorithm that are necessary for this AI. So how are we going, if we rely on totally trust AI in the area of mental health here, we risk there are some areas that will not be covered, or there will be a misinterpretation of the data that has been received. In my reading, I was just, for example, if they are using to collect the data from your phone, and it happens that you left your phone and your child came and used the phone, he was watching cartoons. AI will know that because you are the one who registered, the identity, the owner of the phone is you, it will think that you are the one who was watching cartoon. And so at the final analysis, it will show that you have this characteristic or part of your personality, a person who loves watching cartoon, and diagnose you in that area. But in reality, the data that it has used is mistaken. So I think these two challenges are enough so that the other person can say a word.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Now let me welcome Dr. Mihanjo for him to give us his view on AI, but also give us a concluding summary of the discussion. Welcome, Doctor.
First of all, I have to confess that I'm not an expert in this area, but listening to the discussion, I think there are two views. One view is about the danger created by artificial intelligence. And the other view is that artificial intelligence cannot capture everything in human nature. And the benefits that is created by artificial intelligence. Now, maybe the question raised to us is this: can we abandon artificial intelligence based on the danger we have seen? Or can we ignore the ethical considerations that put as a danger for artificial intelligence? Or can we let it go in any direction? Let it go. If you look from the benefits that actually created by artificial intelligence, you find there are a lot of benefits that one might get from the artificial intelligence, particularly in mental health care. We may not be able to identify the problem one is suffering. Artificial will tell us that this is because 1, 2, 3 is what is suffering. And it may identify in a way that more correct than we would do. But yet, there's a possibility that of failing to capture all the elements of human nature. And we see artificial intelligence as an extension of human intelligence. And I would like to think that artificial intelligence is in everywhere. As long as we use computer, we use whatever the case, but it's an extension of human intelligence put there in an order that how the human mind operates. Now, if we come to our own Africa, how could we look at artificial intelligence for our own situation? I do think that in Africa, as we are lagging behind in the technology. Because it is one thing to be a beneficiary of artificial intelligence, the other thing, actually, to participate in the process of making it to happen. We are only the beneficiaries, either positive or negative, but we do not participate in the process of making it to happen. So we are only watchers, and participating in the act of creating. I think the other question to me would be, what actually makes us to be watchers, not to participate? Because if we are watchers only, we may only remain critics. We'll be giving critics forever, and nothing will happen. I think when you are studying about realism, I think that reality is independent from what you feel. The first thing to accept that artificial intelligence is a reality that we are moving with and going with. If that's a reality going with, it affects everybody who is a member in that program, right? What will be our position? What will be our stake? As what will be our stake in Africa? There are a lot of discussions being here. I would see the idea of morality is a worldwide idea, and everybody looks at it. But look at if you are trying to vision Africa, the artificial intelligence. The job that is supposed to be done by 100 people will be done with one person. This means that most people will be jobless. And those people will have to compete with the exactness of artificial intelligence. So we have to think as much as maybe beyond the artificial intelligence. So to compete with the machine, to compete with the robot. So where are we going to start? Where are we going to be under that situation? Are we going to be left behind? Are we going to be kicked out of the process? So this I think, would be also another question to be asked. Yes, artificial intelligence may not succeed of exposing everything, but we are not sure that if today they are not able to do that, they will not be able to do that, they will not be able to do tomorrow. If you are riding an Abuja bus, and that Abuja bus gets an accident, It simply tells you that Abu bus has got an accident. It does not tell you that the Abu bus of tomorrow will get accident. So we are not even sure that the failure of today of intelligence will continue to be a failure, or to some extent, sometimes they'll be able to solve the problem that they see. Because they must be learning as days are going. So if they are able to solve that, what will be the problem now? Some of the problems that artificial intelligence may raise, we are not sure. And we do not have a complete answer that what will happen. What's my conclusion? Because that one, as much as discussed about artificial intelligence, we have also to be aware on the possibility that the artificial intelligence gives, but also those things that they have not been able to do, they might be able to do. And what happens if they might be able to do it? What will be the position of us? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mianjo, for such a conclusive remark. And also thank you very much to all presenters. I think it is my hope that we have gained a lot from their individual presentations. Now, may I humbly invite you to your seats. Thank you very much. Please, another round of applause for them. Guests of honor to arrive at the place. Let's go back to our riddles. We still have a lot of prizes to give to you guys. So, let me go on for 2 minutes or so. Right, here's another one. Here's another one. It says, what is the smallest room in the world? What's the smallest room in the world? What's the smallest room in the world? Well, if you received the prize already, you shouldn't be raising your hand. Have you received it? You say toilet. Ah, he said toilet. No, why? Why would the toilet be the smallest room in the world? Grave. Ah, why say it's a grave? Oh, well, the bigger grave, depending on your side. Yeah, he said mushroom, and that's correct. Please give him his lucky emoji. Another one, another question. Which 3 letters can frighten a thief away? Which 3 letters can threaten a thief away? Don't use your phones. I see people Googling as well. Please, don't cheat here, okay? God. 3 letters? G-U-N, gun. Not really. Well, actually, thieves love guns. Are they used? They're friendly to guns. Gun. Maybe they couldn't hurt them. But that's not the correct answer. Any other solution? 3 letters that thieves are afraid of? I see. Correct. I see you. That's the correct answer. Let me give you another one real quick. They say, which table, Meza, which table doesn't have legs? This side, which table doesn't have legs? Philosophers, think beyond.
Periodicity.
Is that periodic table? No. Which table doesn't have legs? Same table. No. Yes. No. Another one. Vegetable. Well, that's the correct answer according to my list here. Vegetable, please give him his word. A vegetable. All right, let me give you another one. Let me give you another real quick, okay? Please, you have to get this. You have to get this. What building has the most stories? What building has the most stories? Story. What building has the most stories? Museum. Nope. What building has the most stories? Books. Book is a building. Say the book, bro. The building. Oh, metaphysically, yeah. Okay. No, it's not. It's no book.
Very building.
Nope.
Library.
Library. A library. A library. One more. The last one. The last. Where does one wall meet another wall? Where does one wall meet the other wall? Yes, at the corner. Corner. The corner. Is the one wall meets another wall, right? Got it? Ready? Last one, my brother. Come on. Just last. Who need this cash, you know? You. Yeah, that's. All right. So the last one. What runs all around the backyard yet never moves? What runs all around a backyard yet never moves? What runs all around the backyard yet never moves? Laki tano hilo swali. Your phone. Your phone. A fence. A fence, that's the correct. Do you have an envelope already? Sorry, bro. Yeah. All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause to everyone who answered correctly. No, yes, an envelope already. Thank you very much. A round of applause, please, for everyone who has done correctly. All right, so now may I invite all lecturers, please, to move to the back door so that we can escort the guest of honor as he comes in. And while they move, may I invite everyone to stand up so that we can also, invite the guest of honor to come into. Hello? All right, nawaomba tusimame. Hata kama hajafika basi hii ni opportunity ya kujinyoosha kidogo. Tujinyooshe sasa. Tujinyooshe jamani, tumekaa sana hapa. Nyoshe, piga story kidogo na mtu mwingine.